There we go. Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is Cypher. This is FarsideTV and the 3030 show. I'm here with a special guest, Paul Longino. What's going on with you, man?
What's going on? No, what's up? What's up? Yo, 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 it's your boy, Paulie Longino. I'm not the host with the most on the one that's a little wiser. The family's equalizer. What's going on, Cypher?
Hey, man, I'm good. Passing the mic back and forth. I dig it. So I got you here because I want people to know who you are and what you do. So for those who don't know who Paul Longino is, tell the world who you are, brother.
Oh, okay. Paul Longino. You catch me on Facebook. I do shout out Saturdays where we get shouts out to those who deserve it. Give people flowers where they can still smell them, so to speak. And give shouts out for their birthdays as well. So you can catch me on Facebook. That's what we do. Shout out Saturdays live on Facebook. Boy, hosted by Paul Longino.
Bet. Okay. So what exactly got you started doing this particular venture when it comes to these shout out Saturday recordings?
What it started off, be honest with you, was just a way to keep in contact with family. Because I noticed, like, for example, the last 9 years, we've been going through 9 different funerals. And every time we get together with this change numbers and things like that, but you don't get no text and you don't get a call. And then we'll see you again. And be like, oh man, I just seen you at the last, or some cases we seen you 6 months ago at the last funeral, and you still ain't called me or text me, but I see everybody moving around on Facebook. I can see your posts. I can see this as of yesterday, so I'm like, okay, that's where everybody at. So I'm probably, if I go to Facebook and just give family shout outs, say, achievement about nephew, nieces, what they doing, just kind of keep everybody in tune with what's going on with the family in Springfield, for example. And I could tell you, hey, this was going on in Caruthersville, with these family members. And so it kind of started like that. And it was just more of a family thing. And then friends started saying like, hey, could you get my wife a shout out for her birthday, homie? And I'm like, yeah, I can do that for you, bro. Then it's like they send me an email or a text and like, well, my daughter just graduated college, or it's my 19th anniversary, bro, and so that just incorporated everybody now, so that's what it just started kind of opening up to friends and family, and then just kind of left that, not more or less as celebrities, they got their own shout out, so to speak, but it's more like us, real people doing real things. And so that's what it's circled around. And that's what got us started, keeping in contact with the family where, if I don't talk to you all week, one place you can catch me is on Saturday on Facebook. I'm gonna be there. If you need to get in contact with Diamond, for example, I know Chill gonna be there on Saturday. Let me holler, hey, can I get in contact with Diamond? And that's how that kind of started. So that's why that was the whole spirit behind it.
That's what's up. Kind of like a mix between like community radio and like networking, like you're getting everybody together via this platform. I think that's pretty dope too, man. And I'm sure people get excited whenever you do get to give them a shout out. Everybody likes getting a shout out. It makes them feel good. And
hearing their name. You know what I'm saying? Hearing something that you did, or sometimes it'd be a surprise, and I get text from OGs like, oh, good looking out, man. I didn't know you knew it was, I've been 20 years sober. Nobody even would pay no attention to that. I'm like, oh, I see you, OG. I got you. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations, and it's just, I could just tell this conversation like, man, wifey ain't even tell me that,
That's what's up. I know you're well rooted in hip hop. I know you have that in your catalog. So I know that you're in the Midwest area. How has the Midwest inspired or influenced your musical taste?
The Midwest, as far as my musical taste, to be honest with you, my musical taste came out of the West Coast, and I was a West Coast dude growing up. Even back with Run DMC and them, I was still mess with King T, Ice T. I was kind of going off that because the lifestyle we live, I was able to relate. I was in the projects. I was dealing with mobs or dudes and what they call gangs. So I could relate to everything they was talking about. So that's where my influence came from, that West Coast. The Midwest, I started getting more in tune with the Midwest when I got to meet the Dalton family out of Michigan. I got to meet them dudes, and they was 100. You know what I'm saying? You know how you go to somebody else's block and they treat you like you their family. You know what I'm saying? Even though we opening the show and they're not getting able to, but we're in their hood opening that show. You know what I'm saying? And they still show love for it. And so that's what made me start to focus more on the Midwest and start getting behind these dudes. But my influence came from the West Coast. Even though I'm a Midwest guy, but my influence came from the West Coast. Yeah.
Okay. Well, how's the music scene there? Like, is it alive and well, or is it kind of on the low end of things?
It's you got people who keep hip hop alive. That's in the Midwest, as far as in this area. You got like a brother named Silent Ave. He doing his thing out of the Midwest. You got your little brother Taylor Vo. He doing his thing out of the Midwest. Then you got Tech Nine, of course. Then you got guys like Rose and Do So. See, them cats, they still keeping that Midwest hip hop alive, so they still got it. And you got your couple, I don't like call them local, so you got a lot of unsigned hip hop artists that's keeping it alive, keeping it going. So I just think with the Midwest, like I tell them, the secret is visuals. If they get more visuals on out there compared to just a voice, I think it'd connect.
Okay. I definitely agree with that. I think that's been kind of a downfall for me for a long time, because not until probably recently, I started actually putting real visuals behind my work, because it can sound great, but the attention span can be short as well. So
right,
the still image, they kind of might, what I'm saying, go off a little bit. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. Yeah, what I'm saying, kind of hard to get back into it. So
like recently with your boy Kendrick, Not Like Us. That's one of the hottest songs out there that was out there on the block. But if you go back and look at it compared to it being played on the radio or streaming, compared to the video of it, you know what I'm saying? The video got like millions, almost 500 million views. You know what I'm saying? Because now they can see they can see what he's saying. And the visuals.
I definitely agree, because I remember when that dropped too. I was at work, and I was heavy into the whole situation. Like, I was doing videos about the songs that they was going back and forth with. I was all in there. So when I got the bloop notification, I was like, oh, hey, I gotta go to the bathroom. So I ran to the bathroom. And I had to peep. I had to peep. And I'm only saying this because I'm not at that job no more.
Right.
When I was there, oh yeah, I had to, because Drake had actually, the day before, Drake had dropped the drop, whatever that was called.
Yeah, drop. Yeah.
And I was like, okay, he's really crazy. This is like a 7-minute song. I think he's trying to finish things off. And then like 20 minutes later, Meet the Grams came out, and I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom again. So I left to go to the bathroom. Like, man, he got a nervous bladder. Yeah, whatever you say. I had to go to the bathroom and check it out. I was like, man, this is crazy. And then the next day, he dropped Not Like Us, and I was just like, you know what? This is insane work. So when he dropped the video for it on the 4th of July, it was just like, you know what I'm saying? And then the community got everybody from the West Coast all singing it. That's an automatic win. So yeah, the visuals, like you said, they make a big difference. And as an artist, I'm still learning that myself. Even if you don't have a video to do, have something. I think I did the Pardon Me song. I did Pardon Me. I just had
Pardon Me. Nice.
Yeah, thank you too.
Without a doubt.
Just a still image of me that I took on Instagram one day. I forgot I even took the picture. I just found them, like, oh, that looked cool. So I took that, and I just had like the little stuff in the background moving. Just something that has life to it, And I think those little things help, honestly, for real.
Motion creates motion.
Motion. Hey, I like that. Motion creates motion. That's what's Um, so the gorilla attitude clothing. What inspired that?
Oh man, that came from a period. I was okay. I can wrap it up. It came from a period. We was homeless. Me and my family. We was
Mm,
homeless because we fell out with these people over a dog. You know what I'm saying? We call it the John Wick era, but it was over a dog, and uh, and they tripped out and then they went that route. So we was end up being homeless. And so we were sitting back in the shelter, and I was laid up one night. I was looking, you going through the process, and I'm looking, and I got TV. I see the TV on, and I think it was Discovery Channel or something like that. And it was this gorilla, mob. They were showing them migrate. You know what I'm saying? Going from take from one place to the other, one place to the other, and he was just kind of take care of his family, and he was fighting people and shit like that. I'm like, that's a gorilla attitude, that's what I'm talking about, and I'm like, that's what I got, and then I just went with that, what I'm saying? It was that gorilla attitude, and my sense of a gorilla attitude is that sense of protection. You're gonna take care of what you need to take care of, get through it. It's like going into a cave, and you got to get to the other side of the cave, but you don't know what's inside that cave. It can be rats, roaches, no sharp edges, what I'm saying, drop offs, but you got to get through this cave. You know what I'm saying? And, that's just the bottom line. So that was that gorilla attitude. It gave me the attitude to get through that cave. You know what I'm saying? No matter what we had to go through, I got to get to the end of this blend. And then, that's what that came out, and I wanted to express it. I wanted to express it, and then the vision came with a gorilla, you know what I'm saying? That's just that gorilla right there in your chest, right there in your face, and I went with that thought, that gorilla attitude, and it just kind of went, and the thing what kicked it off when I was just wearing it just for expression, I think just more of an expression. And then I was working at this convenience store, and this guys just, because I was wearing it every day, different hats and everything. And they like, man, can I get one of those? And I was like, yeah, you want to buy it? He like, yeah. And so I'm like, okay. And I made it in the boom. And I gave it to him to see what happened. Like, man, this dude wearing it, and then he wore it. I'm like, oh. And then it went from there. I'm like, there it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what kind of kicked off the clothing thing.
That is a nice design. Definitely a nice
Oh, thank
design.
you.
No, for sure. So that's cool. So what are three things that are very important to you? It don't have to necessarily be a person or an individual thing or specific thing. Just three aspects of life. Just three different things that are important to you.
Well, I know a lot of people probably don't understand, but I say the future is important to me. Family is good. I like family, and your mentality, you gotta, and your peace of mind. Having a peace of mind. No matter what's going on, if you gotta have somebody with a calm mind, no matter what the hell is going on. You know what I'm saying? Even in the middle of chaos, you gotta remain calm, and you gotta be somebody. And so I want to be that individual, that one that can remain calm in the middle of a storm. I gotta stay focused. That's why I really don't drink, stuff like that. But I always try to want to stay focused. You know what I'm saying? And I say the future because I look up like different, I like to read now. I read more, but I look up different families, like the dynasties and stuff like that. And like, okay, well, what is a dynasty? And so you automatically think it's years. But what a dynasty really is the year that particular family was in charge. You know what I'm saying? So that particular long. So you look at the dynasty, like the 13 dynasty, the 14 dynasty, some of them are not really 20, 40, 30 years. Some of them is only 9 years, but it's that future to say 50 years from now, my bloodline, I still want my bloodline on this earth. Yeah. 100 years from now, I want my bloodline on this earth. You know what I'm saying? So 200 years from now, I want my blood. So that's what I'm into the future. I'm into the future. So that means I don't mind no babies. You know what I'm saying? Babies are welcome. You know what I'm saying? So it is, and that's what I like. Because I know tomorrow ain't promised, but if you plan for the future, then that gives you a sense of living for today.
I dig that. Dig that. Okay. Speaking of the future, what's next for Paul Longino? You've done the community work. You've talked to different people. You put your foot in the ground. You sell as your clothing label. Like you're doing all these things in the community. What's next for Paul Longino?
Getting ready for that retirement part. Getting ready for that. Looking at that future. Getting ready for that. So at this particular time in life is when I'm gonna say, okay, if I'm at the point where I'm just only can sell oranges, and that's what we're doing, but I'm done working for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? This is over. And it's going from here. But my next up is I'm finishing my book right now, and I want to like I said, for the future, I want to do an album, my last little album, but I want it more for my grandbabies, so they can have. They're like, oh, that was my granddaddy. You know what I'm saying? They got it, or they might say, hey, this song my granddad did, we're gonna remix it. And next thing you know, they taken care of. You know what I'm saying? So, they good for the future. So that's my next. That's what's up for next meet. I'll finish the book out, and then I want to do that. I want to do an album. Do one last album called Midlife Crisis.
Oh man, I think that'd be cool.
I'm kind of like hitting towards you. You know what I'm saying? I'm hitting at you. You know what I'm saying? Because I have to be okay. Let me get off subject real quick. Your album is off the chain. It's off the chain. I ain't finna lie to you. Diamond. So I'm serious. You know what I'm saying? Not Cypher. Diamond. So I'm serious. You know what I'm saying? That album is off the chain. I listened to it. I analyzed it. You know what I'm saying? I was skeptical. I played devil's advocate, and that shit was off the chain. You know what I'm saying? From 1 through 7. And I'm like, the beats are hitting, the verbiage is there, that I'm like, wow. So I said that to say I want you to help me produce my album.
Hey, you know what? First of all, I'll address each thing at a time. First of all, I say thank you for that. I consider that giving me flowers, so I appreciate it. I will say this is probably the proudest I am of a project. I've been doing this for a long time, and it still shows that you can still grow and still change. Because if you asked me before this project, do you do music? I would have been like, yeah, but then I wouldn't be proud of what I got out there. It'd be like mediocre. So now it's something that I got that I can proudly say, yeah, check me out. Here's the link. So I appreciate that confirmation from you. So, and the next thing, of course, I would love to help you produce the album, because you know what? I look at different examples that I think different generational assistants can help out in so many ways. Like Nas, one of probably my top 5. Nas, I'm not gonna lie. In my personal opinion, I feel like he just never had the right beats. I feel like he always had the bars, but when it came to the songs, I'm just like, brother, you're gonna have to network, because I just can't get into it. These beats is like, that was kind of his problem for a long time. So when he came back and did Kings of These and 1, 2, 3, all that, he aligned himself with Hit Boy, like a current producer, and Hit Boy got him straight. Hit Boy is cool. So,
Made a big difference.
So yeah, I would love to see how that happens, man. Like, you come out with that last one, and I help with that. And I always wanted to see like somebody that's been doing this way, try this and see how it sounds. And when I was younger, I always wanted to hear Snoop Dogg on a trap beat. I always wanted to hear something different. I heard
Yeah.
Jay-Z on the trap beat and I thought it was amazing. I heard Snoop on the
Mm,
trap beat later on and I thought it was amazing. It's like all they needed was something outside of the element and you can make something so great. Even Fab,
mm,
I respect Fab in New York. He always rapped over New York beats. He finally rapped over something different. It was cold. So
mhm.
I'm all for that. I'm all for that. So we'll definitely get together on that, communicate and all that. Um, so before I let you go, I did want to ask you one last question. I know I asked you about what's next and what the most important things are to you in life. Um, who inspired you, like in your whole life? Because you've done a lot. So who inspired you?
I had to give that to Mom Dukes, man.
Mm,
Uh, the reason I say that because I never seen her falter. I never seen her bend. You know what I'm saying? We didn't grow up with no silver spoons and stuff like that, but I never seen her beg, for nothing. You know what I'm saying? She always got out there and she worked and she went and got it, and that inspired me to say to make me make that decision one day to say that I can work and get it too. I don't always have to get it fast. You know what I'm saying? If I stay focused, consistent, and do what I got to do, I can get it. Because I
mm,
seen it done. So even after she done got to a point where she had her stroke and stuff like that, she still got that urge to want to live by herself to make it happen. I don't need nobody to live with me. You know what I'm saying? I can make it
mm.
work. I can move in this predicament. I can get this. I can do this. I can take care of it. And so that's what always inspired me was seeing Mom Dukes, from little to now, and that inspired me to just keep going, to keep trying to stay focused, try to stay positive, help out when I can, but never quit, never give up, never surrender, so to speak. No,
Big.
don't start. No, don't go start nothing, but never surrender.
Mm. Man, never start nothing but never surrender. And there's some kind, deep words from Paul Longino, yo, for real.
That's because I've been hanging out with your grandma all day.
And for those who didn't put the pieces together, yes, this
Hmm.
is my family right here. This is my dad. It's Paul Longino. This is Cipher. And you know what's crazy? Uh, we never worked together before. So I think this is gonna be a very special project. I think it's gonna be dope, and it's gonna be interesting to see, how our styles come together for this. Because I know when I produce for people, I want them to be like, because they're like the star of the show, right?
Hmm.
The idea is to make them look the best they can in their element, and I just think that I got you.
That's what I'm
Okay.
talking about.
Yeah,
That's what.
okay.
But I'm also have to need a verse from you though.
Oh yeah, I got you. I can't mess with the beats and not slide a verse. You're gonna be like, hey, what yeah. I have no idea. That's crazy, but yeah, you should take it. I gotta play a little bit.
That's what I'm talking about. Let me ask you before we roll.
Yeah.
How long you been doing the 30-30? What got you into the 30-30?
Well, just like your mom's, my mom's inspired me too. So
Nice.
I do all these things, man. I do music, I animate, I do skits, I do a lot of different things, and her idea was you do all these different things, and you have a YouTube channel that's FarsideTV, which means it's a big umbrella of different things you do.
Hmm.
So why not cultivate it and put it all in one thing and make it a weekly show? Make it a variety show to where a person can get anything. It might be skit this week, it may be music this week, it may be both, it may be something you came up with. Like it's so many different ways. And I'm like, um, she has so many ideas for me. Like I have a lot of ideas, but she has a lot of ideas to me, again, that helps me look good. Uh, so she inspired the idea of the show. I came up with the title, the 30-30 show, because I was trying to come up with stuff and I was just like, what's simple. I don't want nothing just too grandiose. I want something simple but effective. And I remember at first I think I had it. I think I called it the 25 and 25 or something like that.
Hmm.
It was something, but it was a 25-minute show, so it had
Okay,
something to do with the length
gotcha,
of it. Yeah.
gotcha.
But then when I kept going, I kept mixing, and I kept editing. I'm like, I'm just really at the 30-minute mark, and I didn't think I could come up with this much content, but it feels like it's more natural to be at this mark, especially with these interviews now, because I don't want to just cut people's interviews all short. They get the full interview the next day, but let's at least get half of it on the, on the episode. And the
Hmm.
first episode didn't even have an interview, so I really was trying to like fill in that space, but it wasn't much. Like I was just like, oh, okay, so this is easier than I thought. I was doing a lot more talking then, but now that I do interviews, I ain't got to talk so much. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
You can just kind of say a few words. Yeah, hey, look at this, and then I'll play something.
Okay.
So that's where the 30 for 30 came. It's called the 30 for 30 show. So you get all of it, 30 out of 30. It's 30 minutes. You entertain the entire 30 minutes. There ain't no filler. There ain't no
Mm,
weather and random
nice.
stuff. You getting the whole 30 for 30 whole way. So that's why I came up with it. And I'm gonna let y'all know a little secret. That beat that plays in the background when the image comes up with like 5 variations of me and the 3030 logo. I made that part like some months ago, and I just never got to finish the beat. And then my computer crashed, and now I can't get that no more. So it's just that snippet. It's just that. So I'm like, dang, at least I got it for something I can use, but I can't finish that beat. But I know what I'm doing. I'll be able to make it again if I want to at some point. But I just thought that was so cool because I really didn't know what to do with the beat. I really like that sample. I love samples.
Mm.
But I didn't really know what to talk about with that. It just sounded cool by itself. I didn't want to say no.
It's kind of like turned down for what? Don't need no more than that on it.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. The bass talking for you. Like, okay. But
Okay.
yeah, but that's it. Just my mom's idea. She's behind the scenes. And I'm gonna make this quick too. She's like the Keenan Ivory Wayans of what I'm
Mm.
doing here. I'm the Wayans brother. He's the Keenan. She's the behind. And I didn't know that growing up. I'm like, dang, Sean and Marlon are really, really good. But it's like they are, but Keenan was producing a lot of their stuff, like White Chicks.
Mm.
He was doing things and I just never seen them. That's how she is. She has a mind for a lot of things. We have a project coming up with a music project with another artist that she started. She picked the beats and everything. But she's in it.
Wow.
Yeah. We had another song with 2 other guys called Southside Connection. She picked the beat, picked the guys, and then we got together and did it on some DJ Khaled. Yeah. So I'm very proud, and I was already inspired before. But I feel like in these last couple of years, like especially this year, like I'm even more inspired to keep going out because she's really lit that fire under me to where you want to be a boss, you got to think like when you actually like
Hmm.
be an executive, and that's what she's doing. So I applaud her, and I really want to just take all of it in and show how much I appreciate it by actually executing these things. You know what I'm saying?
Good job.
Yeah. So I appreciate that, and I
Yeah, shit, I'm
appreciate
proud of you.
I appreciate y'all for making, and thank you for that. And I appreciate y'all making arrangements, and now I'm here.
It was divine. It was divine. It was meant to be.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I'm gonna pass it to you, y'all. Y'all seeing here with Paul Longino. He gonna let you follow his socials, where he's at, what he's doing. I'm gonna give it up to him. Take us out, sir.
Yeah. You can catch me on Facebook under the Real Paul Longino, DA Real Paul Longino. I do the Shout Out Saturday shows every Saturday live on Facebook. Start generally by 9 o'clock Central Time, or up in that range right there. But just catch me up. You need somebody to give a shout out to, just DM me. I'll make sure I get them flowers to them. If we ain't got nothing else to do this Saturday, tune in tonight, 9 o'clock. We doing that Shout Out Saturday on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Holler at your boy Paulie Longino. You know what I mean?
Tap in, Paul Longino. Let's go. I
Yeah,
appreciate
yeah.
y'all.
Love you, baby boy. You be good.
Yo, 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 it's your boy Paulie Longino, the host of Shout Out Saturdays. Make sure y'all tune in this Saturday. We're having a special Father's Day weekend Shout Out Saturdays. Make sure you tune in and see if you made the top list of the 75 fathers of the year. It's been doing it for a little while. We got 75 greatest fathers of the year list we're gonna give out on Shout Out Saturday. So tune in, Shout Out Saturdays on Facebook to see if your name make the list. Or if you want to make sure somebody get on that list, hit your boy up in the comments. I'll make sure them dads get them shout outs. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Paulie Longino, Shout Out Saturdays, special edition Father's Day weekend this weekend, live on Facebook. Peace.